years in New York, I decided to move to Florida for different opportunities, better opportunities. That's when I met bodybuilding. That's when I fell in love with bodybuilding. And through a friend of mine who was my first coach at the time, and he has a lot of bodybuilding events. So first show was Florida Grand Prix in 2014. It was a great experience. I was amazed about how my body changed for the time of the 16 weeks while I was preparing. And I said, oh, I want to do this more. So that's how I started. And I've been competing ever since. Did several national shows. I placed top 10 in several national shows. I did a lot of local shows, top one, two, three. And after 10 years, I decided that I need a shift. I needed something more in line with my goals and my body um, type and my ideal type of body for a female. So I switched to another league, WBFF, and I turned pro with WBFF in 2023 last year. So right now I'm 3 weeks and a half out from the Worlds, which is in Miami, and that's going to be my pro debut as well. So I'm super excited.
What really motivated you though, like to get into the sport? What was it, just the feeling of wanting to see what you could do or change your body, or really what was that motivation there?
Initially, it was that, and I saw other bodybuilders around me, and I was very impressed um, with their physique. And I was inspired by one of my dear friends, Marianne. She was the first one to inspire me, and I saw her body going through the stages from prep to competition. I was like, oh, this is incredible. So that's how it started. Afterwards, I realized that I want with my life and my bodybuilding passion to inspire other women. So that's my goal, to be an inspiration for females, male of all ages, try to become the best version of themselves. So if my story inspire one person, then I consider myself very successful.
Are you a personal trainer, online fitness coach, or gym owner on the verge of burnout? Are you wanting to grow your fitness business but can't add more hours to your hectic schedule? Introducing Trainer Revenue Multiplier, the premier wealth creation system for fitness professionals that helps you earn more and work less. Visit www.trainerrevenuemultiplier.com today to schedule your free business accelerator session. If you're serious about taking your business to the next level, schedule your call today. I think that is one of the good sides of social media, is that you get to look around at people outside of like your local area or people outside of your, friend group, and you can start to almost create these online friends, if you will, these online, personal influencers that you're like, oh, well, they got, I'm following them on their story, and it's like they got up again today and they're going to the gym earlier. They're eating healthy meals today. So it's kind of inspiring me to do the same thing. So, social media can definitely be a really powerful tool in that sense.
And it's interesting because most of my followers that get inspired by me and my bodybuilding passion are female, and they come to me for advice, and I'm always open and very happy to help. And this is, like I said, it's a passion. It's not a career for me, but I take it very seriously.
Yeah, and there's a lot that goes on with bodybuilding. Is that something that was somewhat, I don't want to say like overwhelming in a bad way, but just kind of overwhelming at the beginning to learn how much that was involved in it?
Yes, yes, and it's a process, and it's not easy to go through the preparation and to go through that mindset, the discipline. And sometimes it can be, you're not always happy with the outcome, you're not always happy with the placement, but you always keep on going. You keep on going and you try to become the best version of yourself, because it's you versus you. As cliche as it might sound, it's at the end of the night, you want to become a better version of yourself. So that's what I was able to achieve all this during all these years, constantly improving my physique through all stages and ages. And as we age, we know our body doesn't respond as well or as easy as it used to. And I also changed nutrition. I became vegan 5 years ago, and that was another challenge, especially with a diet and with a protein intake that I had to meet every day. But it's possible, it's doable. So I want to lead by example, and I want to be, like I said, an inspiration for other people, other female, male, vegan, non-vegan, that
Mm-hmm.
they can do it, and as long as they believe in themselves and it's a beautiful process.
What was the most challenging part for you when you first got into bodybuilding?
For me, it was time management. I constantly work. I always have two jobs, and I either have a job full time or a school, or two jobs, one part time, one full time. So I wanted to do well both my jobs and have the time to train and prepare for the competition. And sometimes that was not always in my favor at the time because I was running out of time. And I learned how to manage that. And I'm not a morning person, so all my trainings they get done in the night. But sometimes I stay late and I stay until midnight, and I just do my cardio if I have to do a certain amount of cardio a day. So yeah, that was for me the most challenging part. And once I became vegan, also the diet and being able to grow my muscles and keep my muscles and stay lean and adjust to the new, because it was a change for my body. My body didn't respond at the beginning as well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But after 5 years, I think I'm in a good spot now, and I know I learned my body. I know what's good for my body, and I managed to find that balance, that sweet spot.
You mentioned the not really being a morning person, and I think that that's like it's not as promoted, if you will. Like a lot of people promote the fact that, hey, I'm getting up early and I'm doing everything
Yes.
early and I'm a morning person. But it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of people out there that are like, I'm not a morning person and I can still, I still get all my stuff done. For you, was it challenging at all to not have like a lot of people out there saying like, this is how you can do it if you're not a morning person?
It's easier to do it in the morning. And as I'm not a morning person, I still wake up in the morning and do my cardio, and I try to do fasted cardio as much as I can, either the first session of the day, or sometimes for this prep I only have to do one session, and I try to do that fasted, so I'm empty stomach in the morning. So my workouts are done in the night, but my cardio I try to do it in the morning, unless I have a second session that I need to do it in the night. So yeah, I would definitely recommend morning training, and if possible, fasted training. That's the best. You can achieve the best results. And it worked for me. I mean, there were days when when I did struggle to do that, and I see the difference. Absolutely, no doubt about it. But
Mhm.
like I said, because of my schedule and I work late hours and I go to sleep late, it's really hard for me to be able to perform in the morning and to do my routine properly. However, also the lack of sleep is another factor that we should take into account when we want to get in that great physique, right? Because it has to do with the cortisol level, right? And everybody knows about it, and we need that sleep to recover the muscle, to be balanced, and to get the shape that we want.
No, yeah, sleep is definitely a big factor when it comes to all that stuff. So for you, learning along the way about like how the important, what the importance of sleep is, did you start to try to figure out like how to sleep better in the hours that you did get to sleep?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And taking naps helps when you have a schedule that is a little bit busy. And yeah, and I'm trying as much as I can to go to sleep as early as I can, and wake up and do my cardio in the morning, like I said, and continue with my working routine, my jobs, and then do my training in the afternoon.
Yeah, for sure. To manage that schedule is something that I think it's in some sense you could look at it and go, this is like a crazy thing to do. But then at the same time, being in it, it almost is like a sense of calm when you do have like some sort of normal routine, even if that routine is somewhat crazy, just knowing what it's going to be can really bring a sense of calmness, I think.
Absolutely. And you keep on doing, and you see the results, and you keep on going. And like I said, no matter what schedule you have, it's a matter of finding the time, finding that half an hour, 45 minutes, or whichever fits your needs and your goals, your fitness goals.
Mhm.
Just go for it. It will be rewarded at the
I, th-
end. you build it up, and it's one of my favorite. This reminds me of one of my favorite quotes, and it says something like, it takes 4 weeks for you to notice the changes in your body. It takes 8 weeks for your friends, and it takes 12 weeks for the rest of the world. So do not give up.
Specifically with the training, did you go through that period of like, okay, I don't exactly know when I'm going to be able to do this, so I'm going to fit it in at this time, this day, or like, I don't know the best time maybe to do a certain workout because then the next day I'm not sure if I'm going to, like, how I'm going to feel after that. So we're going to kind of like work things in at the beginning, work it into more of like a how it fits, and then start to realize how it does fit, and then get into that routine.
I tend to follow a structured routine when it comes to my workouts and everything. I'm very organized, and even if I have a busy schedule, I like to stay organized. And I have the same split I do for years. I do 3 days of lower body, and I do one day of back workout. I do one day of shoulders and one day of chest. And usually I start with the lower body, which is glute 2 day for me, and one regular legs. So yeah, I have a structured routine that I follow. I've been doing this for years, so I keep doing the same thing. And there are days, yes, when I don't feel like going, and it's okay. It's okay to take a day off. It's not. It's Your body needs the rest. If you have to learn how to listen to your body. If your body's telling you that you need to take off for whatever reason, just relax. Go to the beach. Do I don't know, walk in the park, or do an activity that gives you pleasure, and reward yourself. Tomorrow you can continue with the routine in the gym, and I promise you, it's not going to be a big difference.
Are you a personal trainer who wants to scale and grow your business online? Have you been coaching online for years, yet don't know how to incorporate online into your current business model? Introducing Trainer Revenue Multiplier, the premier wealth creation system for fitness professionals that helps you earn more and work less. Visit www.trainerrevenuemultiplier.com today to schedule your free business accelerator session. If you're serious about taking your business to the next level, schedule your call today. Was that a hard lesson for you to learn? Is that one day isn't going to be the end of the world?
And it was. And another lesson that I learned, that eating that slice of pizza, you don't need to punish yourself next day in the gym and do an extra hour of cardio. It's okay to indulge in a slice of pizza because you work hard. And I see food as fuel. You have to see not as a punishment. No, do not punish. I still tell people, enjoy. Don't punish yourself for eating an extra piece of cake or something.
Yeah.
It's okay. We need sometimes to take a little break. That's how I see. I also follow a flexible diet, so maybe that helped me understand in time that to have a healthier relationship with food, which it didn't happen at the beginning. Yeah, at the beginning was very structured, a certain amount of calories. Not, I remember one year I followed a diet with no sodium, and now I understand how important sodium is for your body. And I had probably one of my least conditions at that time when I followed that. You have to learn your body and listen to your body, like I said, and find a balance. And I'm very grateful. I discovered a flexible diet and helps me have like I said, a healthy relationship with food and fit in my macros. Even if I eat the same thing every year, every day for the time of the year. I try to switch it around a little bit, and just as long as I fit my macros, it's fine. Find the balance, and like you mentioned, yes, it's okay to have one piece, but don't turn it into a habit, if that's possible. If you have certain goals related to fitness, just stick to that. Have that one cheat meal. I had cheat meals until like last week, 4 weeks out. So, and having that freedom and not having the restriction, I think it helps you feeling that you're not depriving yourself from indulging in a meal that you enjoy. And whatever is forbidden, it's more more interesting. So that's why I like this flexible diet, because you want to have a donut, okay, then you're not going to eat two more meals or something like that. which I don't eat donuts, but just an example.
It's such a short-lived emotion. Like the taste of good, sweet, sugary foods just taste better for me at least in my imagination than it does when I actually have it.
It's funny that you mentioned that. I have a very sweet tooth. So I used to love sweet. And now that I can have a small piece of cake, it's not appealing to me anymore. It's like you said, it's not actually worth it. I would rather have like a nicer meal than to have one piece of cake.
Mm-hmm.
But before, because I could not have a piece of cake, was not in my diet, I was craving. And it was the same with peanut butter. I was obsessed with peanut butter for years. And you cannot have peanut butter, I was told by many coaches. And another aspect, find a good coach. That's critical. If you're getting into bodybuilding and if you want to do a performance and be successful, get a good coach that has a modern approach of, I don't know, whichever, like open-minded approach
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to training and nutrition. Because like I said, many years I could not even think about donuts or peanut butter. And now that I'm on a flexible diet and I could squeeze a spoon of peanut butter, and that's another topic, how much is a spoon? Now I don't want it anymore. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just realize that, like I said, if it's permitted, it's not that interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting how our mind works, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I have that personality anywhere. It's like if you tell me I can't do something, I'm almost
You
gonna.
wanted to do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just that. I'm
With
that.
anything in life, whatever's taboo, it's more exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I remember back in the days when I started, I used to rebound after every competition at least 20 pounds. And it was scary because I didn't want to start all over again. After I gained 20 pounds, 15, 20 pounds, I, I didn't want to go through the process again. So uh, I owe this to Paul Revelia from Team Pro Physique. He introduced me to flexible diet. And that's how I found the balance and I was able to keep my body at a certain weight off season, how they call it, which I don't call it off season, when you're not in preparation. So it's very important not to, I mean, for me at least, not to have that spikes, in weight because
Mm-hmm.
it's not pleasant to keep playing with the 10, 20 pounds. It's interesting that sometimes, and all of us, we reach that plateau stage, right? When our body just doesn't respond. So maybe in that stage, you need to have a pizza. Maybe in that stage, you need to switch up your routine. Maybe you need to change a little bit. Your body needs to have, like they call it, like that shock, right? So yeah, I've been through that many times, and I was like, it's a little bit upsetting and frustrating when you see your body's not responding. I'm starting from scratch again, but your body will respond, and just listen to your body. That's my biggest philosophy. Just listen to your body, and that will it will guide you to the right direction.
Tell us a little bit about that first experience for stepping on stage and what the emotions were, what that experience was like.
Oh, it was really beautiful. All the work and many weeks of uh, exercising and sweating and starving, because it is, especially towards the end of it, you're exhausted and you're drained and you're hungry all the time. For that 5 minutes of glory, like I like to call it, when you're all dolled up, all pretty, you showcase your work. It's a beautiful feeling, and of course you're nervous. At least I was nervous, and I completely forgot everything what I was practicing before. But I was just going through it. Even the first show, I don't think I even placed at all. But I said, I want to do it again because I'm very competitive myself. And I said, I want to do it again and I want to do it better. And I did better. And I continued doing it until my journey was longer than other people, other athletes. Other athletes turn pro and within several shows. I continued doing it. I did maybe 3 national shows with NPC, and then I found WBFF, which fits more my fitness goals. And I did turn pro after 10 years, but that's another reason not to give up. I have no doubt. If you're consistent and you believe in yourself and you get up and try as many times as you're willing to, you'll get there. Getting my pro card last year, I think, was one of the most beautiful experiences of my life. It was very emotional and very fulfilling.
What was the aspect that kept drawing you to continue to do it? Continue to put yourself through the struggle and the day in and day out tasks of doing it in bodybuilding, even though you might not see at the beginning, at least, you didn't see the result on stage that maybe you were shooting for.
For me, it was not so much about the results. It was about the process. I always say, and for me, it's about the journey and everything I do. And also because I'm very competitive, I don't give up. I got up and I said, this is a beautiful experience. I want to do it again and I'll do it better. And now I know what to change. I know how to be better. We are never losing. We're always learning.
As much as you want to go up there and win, like, it's up to a judge. It's not up to shooting a ball
Absolutely.
in a basket.
And they're looking for a certain physique in every competition, or also depends how everyone else is presenting themselves, right? You could be in your greatest condition, but depending who else is there in their greatest condition and what the judges are looking for, like you said, and what is that year. You see how much bodybuilding evolved through years, right? Whatever we had 10 years ago, it's no longer a prototype anymore, right? We are growing, we're evolving, and which is part of the progress, right? That's the beauty of it. So we have to continue to grow and adjust to the new goals, new tendencies, new trends, if we can call it like that.
Mm-hmm. How have you seen the sport evolve, and how have you kind of shifted if you have, in any way, to meet that evolution and evolve yourself?
Through the years that I've been competing, I saw it change a lot, especially in my category, bikini, right? Bikini is not what it used to be. That's the reason why I think I wanted a shift. I wanted to go back to a more feminine look, and that fits my personality and my body type and my ideal of fitness. And plus, I need a little bit more glamour, more like pageant contest, if you can call it. That's why you have to find what's good for you and your body. We cannot all look the same and have the same goals, right? And fit in the same criteria.
Right.
So I found what was right for me, and I'm so happy. And I think I know I will continue with on that path.
Was there any pause for you at all to go, like, do I want to step away from this thing that is maybe more recognized or more like well known or more gets more attention? Do I want to step away from that at all, or like did that come into your brain at all?
It was an easy decision, as surprised as I was, because I was very much attached to NPC. It's been like 9, 10 years of my life, and it was a big change. But I realized I don't fit in that criteria. And even if all my coaches gave me a feedback, yes, we're gonna turn pro. This is your year. I felt that I really don't fit in that, not anymore. And I just needed to switch. And it was a very fortunate change for me. I felt very rewarded, and I felt first very welcome in the league. And I did one show, I turned pro, and it I don't know. It was a nice, beautiful experience.
Who introduced you
Like I said,
to
I'm looking forward to the World, which is one of their greatest shows.
This podcast is sponsored by Smoking Gun Coffee, a veteran-owned coffee company that strives to give back to those in need. Don't forget to use code TWR10 for a 10% discount at checkout. Who introduced you to the WBFF?
Oh, actually, Savannah.
Okay.
You know Savannah?
Savannah Sharp, maybe?
Yes, Savannah Sharp.
Yeah.
So she shared her journey from MPC to WBFF. And that was like, oh, I want that kind of glamour. I want that kind of body. I want to be in those kind of events, those kind of shows. And interesting enough, back in the days when I started, I remember one of my first coaches said, Crina, you belong to WBFF. You belong there. But no, I want to do NPC. I want to do NPC. I got stubborn. I wanted to do NPC. And when I turned pro, I sent him a message and I said, "You're so right. I belong to WBFF."
Gosh, that's funny.
But I didn't want to listen 10 years ago because probably I had to go through a process with MPC. And I'm super grateful for MPC. What I learned about my body, about fitness, about nutrition, about all the things, the supplements, I owe it to MPC and the exposure and everything. It's a great experience. So
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
just have to, find what is the right fit for you, like I said. But in order to get there, you need to try, right? You need to
absolutely.
try several options.
I think that having that in some senses led you this, like it's the same personality that then led you to the WBFF thinking, well, I want to do it my way and I thought it was this way, but it's actually this other way. So, you always wanted it to do it your way, or you wanted to do what was best for you. It just took that time of figuring that out.
There are many paths to our dreams, right? Just find the one that fits best.
Absolutely. I mean, I've talked to tons of different people in CrossFit and bodybuilding and powerlifting and strongman and mixed martial arts and just all sorts of different ways that people get active and get healthy and get fit and move their body and be the best version of themselves. And I think there's nothing wrong with trying different things out, even though you may think you found the one for you. Like, go try something else for a while. Unless you're just like, oh, I'm going to the Olympia every year, or this is my career now. But like otherwise, for most people, it's a hobby, and there's it's not like you're gonna, you know, particularly lose that much just trying something new out for a while.
Journey doesn't end here. Maybe I'm gonna try some other avenue. Who knows?
Mhm. Yeah.
Right now, this is what fits my goals, but who knows what's gonna happen in the next coming years, right?
All right.
We need to be flexible. I think we
Yeah.
need to be flexible and find the best possible path in
Mhm.
everything we do.
So you mentioned that, experience of turning pro and how it was just like this really powerful, experience for you. But take us through a little bit about what that was like. I mean, did you foresee that happening? Was it like that this is going to be the time, or was it like,
Yes, I knew it. The moment I signed up for WBFF, and I'm super grateful for my coaches. Diana Dorman is my posing coach, and Carolina de Campos is my main coach, and her husband. Wonderful people. They welcomed me with so much warmth, and I felt like I belonged to a family. It's a different energy. It's you are part of a group, and don't we all want to belong to a group? So they're very inclusive and they make you feel very welcome. From the head of the organization, I felt extremely welcome. The moment I walked in the registration room, everybody was so nice, and Allison came to me like she knew me for a lifetime, and it was a different energy, and I liked it. And the moment I walked in, I'm like, oh, I belong here. It was beautiful, and I knew it, like you asked me. The moment I walked in, I said, this is my time. You feel it. I don't know how to explain it. You just know it's happening. And when was the night of awards, right? In my class, they called the first place, and it wasn't me. And then they call my name and they say, we would like to welcome you to the WBFF League. And I was like, I start crying because even now I get so emotional because normally they don't do that unless they really cannot decide between top one and two, right?
mm,
So it was my class was the only one that they awarded a second place, a pro card. And I was very, very grateful and very happy, even happier to represent the league now.
yeah, does it feel interesting to think of yourself as a pro athlete?
It was like a dream come true for me because like I said, I wanted to complete things and I want to achieve what I start. It was very powerful moment. I really felt, and I felt like, okay, now I need to take this even more serious than before because now I have this status and I have to carry on with dignity and pride. So I need to lead by example. And that's how I feel even now. I want to be more of an inspiration for other people, and continue to make an impact and change beliefs that you cannot get your body at 45 like that. Yes, you can. There is no age. You can get your body at any age. Just get up, go to the gym, and follow your routine and a healthy nutrition.
Part of the coolest side of bodybuilding to me is the seeing like the masters, the especially when you see the ones that, are 60, 70 years old and they get up on stage. It's like, wow, that's insane when you compare it to what, we think of as like quote the average, 70-year-old or 60-year-old or even, 50-year-old. Like it's just
Absolutely.
it's such a powerful message of what is possible when you do know these things and you do apply these things.
And what our bodies are capable of if we challenge ourselves. This is the beauty of fitness, and not calling it bodybuilding or anything, of exercising. You can change your mind, you can change your body, and you cannot go wrong with that.
You mentioned like maybe having this next chapter potential, like you don't necessarily know what the future holds. Are there any other routes though that you've ever thought of besides the bodybuilding that you've ever considered, like, oh, maybe I want to take a shot at this or try this other thing?
Yes, actually, yes. That's probably the next chapter. I try to incorporate yoga in my routine as much as I can for my mental and physical health. I'm planning to get certified as a yoga instructor. Actually, I've started a course, but I would like to do it deeper in a country where yoga is at its own home, um, maybe Bali. And that's the next project. Definitely, I want to get certified as a yoga instructor and maybe open a small studio.
Oh wow.
And yeah, that's my goal for the next coming years when I won't be able to compete. I mean, I will probably be able to compete, but I'm not sure how long I'm gonna keep going. Right? There is a time when you have to put a heels down, right,
Hmm.
and say, okay, my time is up. Now let's focus on different goals. And but for now, I'm still gonna do what I love to do. And but yoga will be the next chapter.
Yeah, that's really interesting. You mentioned kind of going and getting immersed in not just like the information, but also like the culture of it in a sense. I
Yes.
mean, what inspired you or what made you think about doing that?
This is a project that I have for at least 2 years. And last year was the year when I said, actually, last year I said, this is my year to turn pro now. So I dedicated my full year, and it was a long prep. And I had to postpone anything that was yoga related when it comes to certification. I said, okay, this is my bodybuilding year. I'll turn pro, and then I'll focus next on yoga. So this is my yoga year. So yeah, I'm planning towards the end of the year to take 3 weeks and hopefully go to Bali. Bali would be my first choice. India would be the next one, but I don't know. There is something about Bali that is appealing to me.
What really though is it about yoga?
Well, I like a quote that I heard. Yoga is the only present tense that we have. That's because yoga teaches us to stay in the present, to be present.
Hmm.
And like in everything in life, as long as we are present in what we do, we will do great, right? So it's about awareness, being there in that moment, and that's what yoga taught me. Yoga is not about only about breathing exercises and holding the poses. It's about awareness, being present,
Uh,
loving what is now, because that's the only, like I said, the only time that we actually know and have. Past and future, they don't exist. That's what yoga is to me. It's a journey, introspection. So yeah, it helped me a lot in my bodybuilding, because working out of our body doesn't get so flexible anymore, right? We become tense. We are not so, like I said, flexible anymore. And yoga helped me keep my flexibility and mental layer to my routine. So I'm super grateful. I used to go to yoga 5 days a week. Now not so much, but I'm going back there at least once a week, trying.
Yeah, that's really cool. I've never thought about it like that. I've never thought about how powerful like a yoga could be from that perspective of more than just the physical, but really transforming how you view the other aspects of your life because of like being in that moment more. That's really interesting.
And first time, to your point, that start with 10 minutes, first class that I took yoga, I said, I don't like this. I cannot, I usually do vinyasa or Bikram in a steam room. And I said, I cannot even stay here 10 minutes. I was dying. But then I said, oh, I felt great afterwards. So I was like, let me try again. And the first class, I couldn't stay the first 45 minutes or whatever was 60 minutes. I left after half an hour. And then I keep increasing, keep increasing. And now I have, after many years, I have no problem staying there and enjoying it and seeing the benefits, like I said, mentally, physically, emotionally, at any level.
It was great chatting with you tonight. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing with us about your journey and where you've been, where you are, and where you're headed. And I look forward to following along and just seeing where that continues to take you.
Absolutely. I'm very grateful and very honored to be here. Thank you for the time. And this was really, really pleasant. I had a great time. And thank you for making me feel so comfortable.
Before we head out, if you want to share any socials or anywhere people can connect with you, you can go ahead and do that.
So my Instagram page is Crina_Manea Fit. And same for my Facebook page. I solely dedicate those pages to fitness. Facebook, a little bit to animal rights because that's another passion of mine. um, so yeah, I would love for you to follow me on my journey and see where we can take this passion next.
If you're tired of searching for a coach or trainer, somebody who knows what they're talking about and has experience, make sure you go check out the new Coach's Corner on weightroompodcast.com. You can find quality, qualified coaches to help you achieve your goals, whether that's in bodybuilding or just general fitness. Stop wasting time and start achieving your goals today. The link to the Coach's Corner is down in the description below.